Today I'm going to do another requested video. I recently did a video on moving, and today I'm going to do a video on making friends when you've moved. This is a very tough topic. I don't know if I'm the right person to do it, but I have been through a lot of moves. So I'm going to tell you what helped me and kind of what I think about it and the best way to go about it. And yeah, so here goes. All right, or this could be making friends at any time in your life. I made some notes so I can stay focused because I'm not really good at being focused. Number one, talking about making friends if you've moved to a new town, like when you don't know anyone. That happened to me when I moved to Florida, and I didn't know a single person, okay? This also happened to me when I moved, when Scott and I got married. We went from tons and tons of friends and fraternities and parties and everything. I mean, he had been out for a while, but I just left. And we moved out to Snyder, Texas in the middle of, absolutely the middle of nowhere. It's West Texas. And I didn't have a single friend. And Scott worked all the time. He was an engineer in the oil field, and he would be gone for days, overnight days. And I'm just sitting there. I'm 21 years old, and he didn't want me to work because this kind of set the precedent of me not working, because he was 24 days on call, 6 days off. So every month we left town for 6 days because the town had nothing. It didn't have a mall. It didn't have I think it had one movie theater, like with one screen. Anyway, that was many years ago. I know it's a bigger town now. But the way I made friends there was 100% church. We were renting a house in an old neighborhood, and I wish I could show you the house, y'all, you would die. Anyway, we were renting a house in an old neighborhood, and there was nobody there for me to make friends with. So I made all my friends at church, big Southern Baptist church. Even if you're not Southern Baptist, if you want to make friends, go to the First Baptist Church of whatever town you're in, and there's going to be people there. So that's how I made friends in that town. And then we moved to, well, we were in Texas. We moved to Dallas and Houston and stuff, and I just made friends. How did I make friends then when I was younger? Number one way to make friends is if you have children, you've got it made. You can make friends at their school. You can make friends on their sports teams. Now, are these going to be lifelong friends? I don't know. Someone could turn into a lifelong friend. That has happened to me too. But there's different levels of friendship, and I think we need to realize that. There's old friends that you might have known from childhood or college or something. If you're, older like me, that would be an old friend by virtue of you've known them for years and years and years. I have a couple of those. I'm very, very lucky to have those. There's friends at work, people that you work with. They may not be there. I think of some of those people like friends of convenience. It's just convenient to be friends because you can go lunch and but that's okay. Not everybody has to be your best friend. Not everybody has to be a lifelong friend. You meet people all throughout life, and you can be such good friends with them. And then when you move on, you never have contact with them again, but you never forget them. And if you saw them again, you would be excited to see them, right? So there's all kind of different friends that you can have on different levels, and I think you need to be thankful for each kind of friend you have. Like you may be saying, I don't have a good friend that I can just go do stuff with. Well, but I bet you have friends at work, or I bet you have a neighbor that's a friend, or whatever. I think you just need to realize that there's different levels of friendship and just relax about it. Now, one of my lifelong friendships was with my friend Deanne that lived next door to me when I was growing up. Then there's another lifelong friend, my friend Diane, who I met in church when my kids were little, and we are still friends to this day. And then another friend, Daddy Ann, is a friend I met in Florida. Back to Florida. Moved to Florida, I didn't know anyone. Again, I met all my friends there through church and through the private and public schools that my kids were in, by volunteering, being the room mom, going to the parties. I hope they all still do all that kind of thing. Volunteering is a great way to make friends. And it doesn't have to be church. You can volunteer at a shelter. You can volunteer at, I can't think now of different places to volunteer your time, but that's a great way to make friends. Great way to make friends. Just to meet people, right? Hobbies, that's a great way to make friends. Go down to Joann's Fabrics and join up with the, crochet class. I don't know who you're gonna meet, but you're gonna meet people. Join things, join a book club, go to your local library. There's all kind of things at a lot of libraries that are really fun. I went to a writing class. I've never joined a book club, but you could join a book club. You can have similar interests with people there, and you just meet people. And someday, sometime, that friendship will click and you'll have them forever. Like my friend Diane that I met when my kids were little. We met through Bible study at church. That's another great way to meet people. Most churches have I don't even know most. I mean, I have no idea how many, but Baptist churches, again, that's my only experience. And I know Methodist and Presbyterian, lots of them. They'll have a woman's Bible study. If you don't work, they're usually on Tuesday or Thursday morning. I have no idea, but you can join one of those, and that is a great way to meet people. And you kind of get close quickly, because you're kind of sharing through just that venue. You might share, if you have small group time, you might share personal things. And, praying for a person is a way to really develop a friendship, because it connects you and that person in a way that other things don't. So that's just another way that I know that I get closer to my friends just by virtue of praying for them and thinking about them and all that kind of thing. Your neighbors can be your friends. I'm not exactly a neighborly person. I kind of stay to myself. But living here in the courtyard with all my townhomes around here, well, there's only 8, but we've all become friends. You have to be friends here, or you're just the outsider and weird, and I don't know. But that is not my way, y'all. Let me explain. I am very shy, and that makes it hard. But sometimes someone will pull you along. When I moved to Florida, I met Daddy Ann right away, because our girls were in the same class and our boys were in the same class. Our kids were in the same classes. And she just pulled me along. I mean, she drugged me kicking and screaming to stuff and said, come do this, come on, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. And I mean, it's the greatest thing ever. And I need to be more like her. She's so friendly. She has a million friends, blah, blah, blah. Everybody loves her because she's outgoing and friendly and fun. Fun. You got to be fun. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you is that it's hard. It's really hard when you move to a new town. When I moved to Florida, I had my beautiful home, my pool, my kids were settled in, but I didn't have anybody. I wasn't working. And I didn't have anybody. Well, I was going to these different things, and I remember one night, we probably lived there 3 or 4 months. I went on Wednesday night to church supper. They serve dinner on Wednesday nights, and then the kids go do their things, and the parents will do something, and it's just a Wednesday night, middle of the week thing, okay? And I went to that, and it was a huge church, huge. And I was in a huge room with a million tables and chairs and people eating. And I was sitting at a table with myself and my 3 kids. I have never felt so lonely in my life. And I almost started crying. It was overwhelming. The reason it was overwhelming is because I could see groups of people talking. Okay, all their friends and all their kids and everything talking, and they were everywhere. Okay, and I was not in with anybody, and I had just been them at my church in Houston. Okay, I had a group to sit with. I had friends to sit with. I was laughing and talking and enjoying dinner with my friends, and I didn't have anyone, and it was overwhelming. But you know what? You just have to push through it. You just have to say, it's going to happen. I'm going to make friends. It's going to be fine. Okay? Now, by the way, this is a requested video. I'm not like preaching to you. People have asked me this question a lot because they know I've moved. So just be patient. Another thing I think that's important, and this is something I learned from Daddy Ann, and it makes so much sense. She, my friend Sheila, who passed away recently, good friend, Daddy Ann talks about how they met. And Daddy Ann loves fashion, and she's good at fashion. And she likes people that look cute. You know what I'm saying? She said she looked across the church one day, and she didn't have any friends. She had just moved from Kentucky to Florida. And she looked across, and she saw Sheila. And she can still describe the outfit that Sheila was wearing. Her hair was so cute, and she was clean, and she had a cute purse, and her shoes were adorable. Daddy Ann can do it, you know. She just is hilarious. She just goes right up and talks to her. She said, I knew we'd be friends because we dress alike. So if you want to attract people to you, fix yourself up. Fix your hair, wear makeup, dress adorable, walk with confidence, and people will notice you, you know? If you want to make friends but you're sitting in your house all day, that's your fault. You've got to step out of your box. You've got to step out of the house. But dress and look and act like the person that you want to be friends with. You know, if you have like this negative thing going on, or you know, I don't know, you smoke or something weird like that, that can push people away. Fair or not fair, it will push people away. They will not approach you if you don't look approachable. Or if you're always like this everywhere you go, you're on your phone. You're not approachable. Put your phone down. If you're in Starbucks, put your phone down. You never know who could sit down next to you, and you could strike up a conversation, you know, about, can you believe the pumpkin spice latte is going to be gone again? I mean, you know, you've got to be the person that you want to attract. It's the same thing, you know, they say when you have a job, dress and act like the next job that you want. You know, if you don't have to dress up for work, don't go in there looking like a slob. Look good, look cute, and then you'll, you know, dress the way you want. You know, I think there's a lot to that, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, because a person on their phone could be the best person in the world, but they're not attracting people. And a lot of times that's something you hide behind, or that's something that says, don't talk to me, okay? So that's just a decision you have to make. But dress and act and look and have a positive aura about you, and people will be attracted to you. One way that I made my group, I told you I had that group of friends in Florida that I've talked about, gone to the beach and everything. That happened because we went to this woman's retreat, and it was out in the middle of Florida. It was in Florida at this old, gross place, okay? It was like an old like camp or something. And so somehow we ended up, the seven of us, ended up in the same little building. And it was so gross. And I'll never forget, Sheila and I, we were the youngest of everybody. So we volunteered to do the fold out couch. So her and I folded, this is like 12, 15 years ago. We folded out the couch, and there was this gross mattress. We put clean sheets on it, you know, everything smelled stale. We were just gross. And so we had all our jammies on it as much to not touch anything, you know what I'm saying? So we both laid down on the mattress at the same time of the sofa bed, and it fell through the cracks to the floor. We were like in a V. Okay, so we had to drag the disgusting mattress off, close the sofa, lay the mattress down, and sleep like that. And it was really terrible, and we talked about it for years about how we had the worst. Anyway, we bonded that weekend. These girls, we bonded because now some of them were already friends. I was the outsider for sure. But Diane was dragging me along. Come on, go this lady thing. We'll get the same, you know, condo or whatever they were called, outhouse, whatever the thing was that we were in, little casitas or something. And we bonded over prayer from being together that weekend. It was kind of funny because we were in this old thing, and then the retreat was boring, and the whole thing, okay? Now, one time I did step out of my box, way out of my box. I heard some women in my son's class at school. No. It was my son was invited to a birthday party. And so I took him, and it was the kind of party where you could hang out. All the moms were kind of hanging out, and I thought, oh gosh, usually I would leave y'all because I'm so shy. I'm petrified. I can't speak. I just can't. So I was gonna leave, and I thought, no, you have to make a friend. You really do. It's for your own mental health. So I sat down at this table, and I'm just sipping my lemonade, you know. It was a pool party, so we're all outside in the pool room. And the girls were talking about this trip to New York, that they were all taking this trip to New York City. And this one girl was given the price of it. I thought, that's weird. What does that even mean? I don't understand. And y'all, I wanted to go to New York City. I'd never been. And I heard the price, and it was very reasonable, like $600 for flights, staying at the Waldorf Astoria and seeing a play, and transportation to and from the airport. Are you kidding me? I wanted to go. It was like a 3-day trip. I got my nerve up when that party was over. No, I think I went up to her. I think I called her. I don't remember. But I said, is that trip you were talking about open to anybody? Y'all, she could have just started laughing and saying, no, it's our group of friends. You can't go. You know, nothing. Okay, whatever. She goes, of course it is. Do you want to go? I said, yes. She says, I'll email you the information and you can sign up. We're going in 2 months. Are you kidding me, y'all? It was so much fun. I made so many friends, and I didn't hardly know anybody when I went. It was so brave of me, now that I think about it. But how I got to go, you know, that was when I wasn't really going on trips with girls yet. You know, I still had kids at home and everything. So I said, Scott, what do you think a trip to New York would cost? It has airfare included and Waldorf Astoria hotel on the concierge floor, by the way, and transportation to and from the airport and a Broadway play. What do you think that would cost? And he goes, I don't know, $1,500. And I said, how about $600? Can I please go? And he goes, yes. So, you know, you have to kind of sometimes set those things up with your husband or whatever. I know that sounds ridiculous and very old-fashioned, but that's how it is in my house. I can do anything I want now, but what I'm saying is he was going to have to keep and take care of 3 kids while I was gone and blah, 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 and work, you know, difficult. Okay, so what else was I going to say? So that was really a step out for me. So just be brave. All the person can say is no. All they can do is laugh. All they can do is sneer. Who cares? You don't want to be friends with them anyway if they do that. You know what I'm saying? So step out. You have no reason not to. And I'm talking to myself because do you want to know how many friends I've made since I moved here to Houston? 1.5 years. 1. But I already had built-in friends, so I wasn't desperate. I've got my friend Diane. I've got a friend named Elisa. Of course, we haven't seen each other in forever. I've got my old friend from college, Becky, that you've met, and we do stuff together all the time, and we have so much fun. But again, she's always calling me. She's always, let's go do this, let's go do. I don't know. I'm kind of a homebody, and I'm a loner, for sure. I'm a loner. So, but I'm having so much fun with her and doing so many fun things. But as far as me going out, and I've made my courtyard friends, so I guess I have made friends. Anyway. You just have to be open, friendly, dress cute, and be the person that you would want to be friends with yourself. So that's it. Oh, one more thing. One reason that it's easy for me to kind of be a loner is because honestly, Scott is 100% my best friend. If I just had him and he just had me, I can assure you we would be happy as clams. But I think it's good to make friends, obviously. It's important and it's good. And I used to say in Florida, I want to have a friend that I can go have coffee with, that I can spur of the moment, jump in the car and go do something, go to Target, you know, go to lunch. And you know what? I never got that in Florida because every one of my friends worked full time. Every single friend I had in Florida worked full time. But here I've got Becky, and she doesn't work anymore. She retired from working years ago. And so she's my spur-of-the-moment friend. And I love that. So that's a lot of fun. But her and her husband are the same way. They're best friends. They hang out, you know. So that's all I have to say. If you have a husband, you know, and you're not best friends with him, maybe you can work on that. Because they're always there. You might as well have fun. That's my friendship video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it was of some help. And if you have a good idea of how to make friends, please leave it in the comments so other people can read it in case I missed something or I'm totally off base here. You know, leave a comment on how you make friends. And if you are searching for a friend now, you know what? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Just relax about it. Don't feel like it has to happen overnight, but it is gonna happen. So there you have it. Thanks, bye.